right, we are almost to building our first block, but first we need to install WordPress. So head on over to wordpress.org and click download WordPress, and then download the latest version. For me, it's 4.9.6. Go ahead, whatever it is for you, download that latest version. I'm going to unzip that. I'm going to rename it. Let's call it Gutenberg blocks. And then we're going to copy this and we're going to paste it in that root directory that we set in MAMP. So head up, for me, I'm going to head over to applications and then to MAMP, htdocs, and I'm going to paste it in there. And there we go. Pasted, and then I'm going to open this in Sublime Text, my text editor. Applications, MAMP, Gutenberg blocks. All right. And then you're going to want to go to the WP config sample file because we're going to be working from this file. Okay, and the other thing we need to do is we need to fire up our servers. So if your server's already fired up, great. If not, you're going to go to MAMP, to your little elephant, and turn that on. And all right, start these servers up. They've started automatically. And we're going to go to this Tools tab, PHP MyAdmin. Now, PHP MyAdmin is just the interface for the MySQL database for WordPress. So we need to set up a database in order for the WordPress to work, to store usernames and passwords and all that jazz. So let's click that. And we're going to head over here, click on New, because we need to create a new database. And let's call it Gutenberg blocks. I've got this autofill in here because the autocomplete, because I've done this once or twice. Click Create. All right, we've got that created. Now what we need to do, we've got this Gutenberg blocks database. Come over here to the WP config sample file, and you're just going to want to put the database name right here. Okay, and now we need a username and password. Now, something to note is we're doing this the manual way. You could just head over and do this through the automated WordPress way, but I thought this way would be a little more fun for you. I really enjoy it. It's really simple, so why not? Let's do it. Okay, so head back over to PHP MyAdmin, and you want to go to Privileges and Add User Account. And let's create a new user. I'm going to call it Gutentag. And then we're going to change the host name to localhost. And then I'm going to have it generate a password. And you can have it enter whatever password you want. So we're going to take this username and place it here. So Gutentag. And then we're going to take the password, paste it here. We've already got our host name set to localhost. So we're almost there. Come back over and make sure that you hit go to create this new user. Save this password. All right, we've added that new user. So we're good to go in the database as far as the database is concerned. Now come back over to this WP config sample file. Copy this link. This is going to generate a secret key for us. And all you need to do is open a new tab and paste it in. Oops, I copied too much here. So let's just copy to there. That's what happens if you miscopy. All right, so it gives us these salts. And all you're going to do is just paste it over top of this. Okay, and then finally, we're going to come down here where it says table prefix, and you're going to want to change that. I'm going to change it to GBWP, just because hackers know the WP prefix for the database, so you just want to always take note of that and change it. Okay, all right, now that we've got this WP config sample file set up, we need to make a copy of it. We can't just rename it. We need to make a duplicate and rename it. So this is the perfect opportunity to use the command line. So open your command line and navigate to that root directory, and we're going to actually want to navigate to this freshly installed WordPress. And so you'll do cd applications, mamp, htdocs, Gutenberg blocks. Okay, and you know, I can't quite remember off the top of my head what I need to use to make a copy, so I'm going to use that cheat sheet. And if we scroll on down here, we're looking for copy. Okay, copy file to directory. All right, so cp is the command. So we're going to do cp file name, and let's just double check the file name here. Okay, so we're going to copy this wp config sample.php. So cp wp config sample.php. Okay, and it looks like I didn't do something right. So it looks like what I need to do, according to this message, is copy and then source file, which would be our wp config sample.php, and then have a target file. Okay, so looks like what I need to do is cp wp config sample.php, and then we want to call this wp config.php. So that would be our target file. All right, and just to make sure it's there, let's take a look at the list. And there it is, perfect. We've got wp config sample.php and wp config.php. What we need to do from here is go to localhost. If I can type, here we go. Gutenberg blocks. And fingers crossed, everything worked right. We should see a little language picker. And we do, perfect. So pick whatever language you want. I'm choosing English. And since we already set up our wp config file, it takes us right to this information they're requesting. So site title, so I'm gonna call it Gutenberg blocks. I've got my username, my password. Make sure you copy that and save it. I'm gonna put my email in here. And then I would go ahead and discourage search engines. And let's go ahead and click this magic install WordPress button. All right, success. WordPress has been installed. So if we log in, we should be able to log into WordPress. Click remember me so you don't have to type in that username and password every time. And it worked, we're in. So we are almost there, you guys. We're almost to building blocks. We have to do a few more things. We just need to install the Gutenberg plugin and set up a few files, but we are almost there. Great work so far.